very successful shows that have diverse casts, whether it's Blackish or it's Empire.
And how much pressure do all of you feel now to populate your rooms with diverse writers, and also the pressure to cast actors who aren't white?
Well, I'll tell you, nothing is more beautiful now than to go into this room, to the writer's room of Empire. I don't know what gives me more pleasure, watching my story unfold or going in and watching a room full of black people talking for me and saying words that, and writing words that black people, I hate white people writing for black people. It's so offensive. And so it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And
so
Eileen Chaikin is incredible.
So I'm just curious, when you went out to...
Yes, honey, it's all about reverse racism here. Yes.
I'm just seriously just asking. Like,
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Yes, we go out and we look specifically for African-American voices too.
Right, because when we put the room of The Affair together, we specifically look for half men and half women. And so for us, it was important to have literally a gender equality in our room. So that
are there African-American writers on your show?
There's one writer of color, but he's not African-American.
Mm-hmm. Is there any African-American writers on your show?
There are not.
How about yours?
Yeah.
How many?
Last season there were 2. One of them went off to create her own pilots. So yeah.
Good.
How
many on your
it's
show?
interesting.
I'm just curious.
How many
hold on, I
women do you
want to
have?
finish answering your question.
Okay.
Four women.
Yeah, I mean, how many Asian Americans do you have?
We have one.
I mean, it's a weird question. Like, we have zero.
Oh, no, we don't have any. I'm sorry, we have no Asian Americans.
Yeah, we have 0 African Americans in our writers' room of 6.
It's repulsive, is what it is, and it's inexcusable, is what it is.
But do you
and I'm
think...
really happy. I'm really, really happy that if anything, forget the success of Empire. I mean, it's great that we have that. What is important is that people of color know that they are wanted, because y'all done told me that we ain't wanted. So it's a beautiful thing.
So let's talk about Lee Daniels. Seen on Town Channel, he talked about played a clip of Lee Daniels. I find it, and he talked about the lack of black writers in the writing room in Hollywood. Okay, the thing about it is this: I don't know how many of y'all ever. I don't know how many of y'all ever. 1 second. Seen know the history about hip hop, like the Wu-Tang. And one thing about it is they was telling him that street and grimy shit wasn't gonna fly. That's what the machine was telling them. And then all it took was, NWA, Ice-T, to sell some records, and all of a sudden, if you go look at PM Dawn, they was trying to get into the game. And by the time they was trying to get into the game in the 90s, they was telling them that you had to be hardcore. They was too much of hippie rap. They wasn't street enough. So just thinking the time, probably in a span of maybe 6 years, if that, 5 or 6 years between, PMD Don, Ice-T and NWA and PMD Don and all that, and the Wu-Tang in between there, they was telling them in the beginning that gangster stuff ain't gonna fly. And that's crazy because America is one of the biggest, gangsters out there, and when it flew, all of a sudden was, if it ain't gangster, we ain't selling. They always trying to tell us what sells and what doesn't sell to our people, or in general. What sells to our people sells to everybody. Let me say that. Whatever we create and make cool, they imitate. You got Koreans frying chicken. You know what I'm saying? When they gave us, scraps, we made great meals, and they was hiring people. I just seen that movie, The Help. I had never seen it. And then they was hiring us to make the meals that they gave us scraps with. Hold on, you had all these great things to make your meals with, and you couldn't make them, but you want my slot meals? You want my pork chops, my smothered fried chicken, my collard greens, my macaroni and cheese? You want my stuff? When you have the creme de la creme of ingredients. So they've been trying to tell us, what we need to do and how we act and what's going to sell to our community. Just know one thing about the black community: whatever we create and sell to our people, and our people buy or consume, everybody's going to consume it. We are trendsetters. You know, we are trendsetters, so I don't really understand that, you know. But the thing about it is when you start talking about writing and getting real credits, they don't want you to get no money. And one thing about it is they don't want you to be in that room because once it's proven that your product is great, they got to pay you accordingly and they got to give you credit. They don't want to give you credit. They don't want Hollywood to be the best it can be. They want to be able to control Hollywood. So if it ain't just about talent, if you ain't bending over backwards or you ain't truly part of the 0.5% that's truly extraordinary, you know, you ain't willing to bust it open. See, you know, people part of the Rainbow Gang, that gives you the pass to make moves. You know, I'm not saying no names, but that gives you the pass to make moves. If you get that membership card as a black man or as a black woman, you can make moves. You have some type of immunity to move similar to a Brad or a Becky, and that's just the fact. That gives you immunity to get stuff done. But if you identify as heterosexual as a black man or a black woman, it's pretty tough then. So they don't want you in those rooms because you're going to outshine. We can write better white shows than they can. A lot of the things they've bit off, you know, Living Single was bitten off by Friends. A lot of things we've done that they have bitten off of and just put the twist on it. That's nothing new. The Matrix was wrote and the Terminator was wrote by that black lady. And they stole it from her. And she got the money, but she never truly got the recognition. You know what I'm saying? They truly never got the recognition. That's the crazy thing about it. She truly never got the recognition. They will steal your stuff, pay you for your stuff, and be like, hey, but you don't get the recognition. You don't get the satisfaction. For years, you know, Elvis sung songs wrote by black people. White people bought songs and covered it, wrote by guys like, what's the brother's name? Jesus Christ. Was him and James Brown was gonna buy that, not Wilson Pickett, but Sam, Jesus Christ. His name is eluding me. Y'all know he was in the Muhammad Ali Amazon Prime with Malcolm X movie. What was that dude's name? And they sent him to the upper room. Hold on. They clapped him. I want to get this brother's name right. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Hold on. I want to get this brother's name. Yeah, I can't. Sam Cooke. I don't know why it was eluding me. Sam Cooke. Yeah. For years, he would write songs and he was, you know, sell them out. And the Temptations, it showed him that. Temptations, and it was obviously it wasn't a real movie, but it really happened where they sing songs and they put a white man on front so it can sell. They've been selling lies to niggas forever, bro. So you should have more writers in the room. But they know a few things. Those black writers are going to outshine them. They're going to outshine them. A lot of the DEI hires, even non-legit DEI hires, or let me say this, the nepotism hires or my homeboy, a lot of those writers are in there due to nepotism, somebody they know. They're not talented. You can watch the stuff that's on TV now. What's the main thing about Hollywood movies? It's the remake. Look at the writers when you look at Marvel and this whole feminist movement with She-Hulk and the woman from Thunderbolts as the sister of Black Widow. It's a whole feminist movement. Star Wars, Rey Skywalker, it's destroying. You are seeing who's in those rooms. They're willing to blow money, waste money, destroy it before they are really willing to allow the talent to come into Hollywood and really shine. Because the talent lies within black people. Look at all these wonderful brothers and sisters who got great skits and great ideas, or even they may not have the production budget on Tubi, but their movie writing or their ideas are better than what you see on the big screen. The main thing in Hollywood now other than this feminist movement that they're pushing, the main thing in Hollywood now is a remake. Everything is a remake, because they have no originality. They have no originality, bro. You know, Stephen King wrote that book, The Long Walk, I think 1978 or something like that. All of a sudden in 2025, they decide to release a movie. That just lets you know they have no ideas. They were willing to burn money and write shitty, terrible content before they give the real content creator or the real talent the opportunity to come in and write for them. That's a fact. Because they know what they would write, you know, it would be fantastic. Even for their Brad and Becky and their Asian shows, it would be fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And in a minute, they're going to start regulating the internet where these guys can't get their skits off and stuff like that. You know, the internet became a scenic route or an alternative route to fame. And a lot of those guys are making more money than they would make in Hollywood. So they like, hey, I'll just keep doing my own thing. I'll keep doing the skits. And in a minute, they're going to start banning them off the internet, pulling them off the internet, slowing their money down on the internet so they can get down. But most people in Hollywood is broke. Hollywood is full of broke people. The haves in Hollywood that have it like that, they've been around a long time and they did some things. So if you think, I mean, it don't matter where you go, whether it's Hollywood, sports and entertainment, it's all ran by the same people. They would rather burn Hollywood down before they truly let real talent rise to the top like cream. They'd rather it burn down because they know who the really true superior and talented people. And I wish black people would get together and support each other. We can do a lot of good things, man. If we stay on code and we stop fighting against each other and stop, you know, putting degeneracy ahead of anything. But like CGA had that debate with Andrew Wilson. He was 100% right. The best thing for any smart person to do in the black community, you can't save it, bro. You can't save it. The best thing to do is, you know, my pride won't allow me to do it fully, but it's to walk away. But that's another video for another day. Check out the music entertainment playlist, Real 101 playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. You know, everything's inside the link tree. You can follow me on different platforms. Peace.